Good morning. This is P2K News. Breaking. UK-US could be on the verge of war following the breakdown of diplomatic negotiations between Keir Starmer and Donald Trump. Meanwhile, is Scotland trying to make a U-turn from the Union? This comes as the Scottish Government exclaims neutrality in the wake of the current UK-US crisis. I am your host Pounce, to bring you all the latest. Tensions have reached a new all-time high following a week of heated exchanges between Prime Minister Keir Starmer and US President Donald Trump, with the US President continuing to take to Twitter to threaten the United Kingdom. In the latest series of tweets, the US President claims that sanctions placed on the United Kingdom have failed to change their course. Trump continues, the United Kingdom must adhere to the fundamental foundations on which a democracy must stand on. The United States will take defensive action against any threat to our democratic way of life. Free speech must remain free. We hear you, the people of the UK. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The UK Prime Minister was quick to also take to Twitter to clarify that the United Kingdom has always had the freedom of speech and will continue to do so long into the future. He later added that it would be irresponsible not to safeguard the population from harmful speech online. The United States have claimed that Ofcom has not refrained from trying to impose UK law on US businesses online, citing it as an attack on the protected freedoms of its people and, by extension, the United States of America. The UK strongly denies the allegation. Meanwhile, in a public statement, the United Nations has called upon both countries to show restraint and urged both sides to resume dialogue. In the latest escalation of this growing crisis, we have just received confirmed information that a large group of US Navy warships have been deployed towards the region. It would appear that the saber-rattling between these two powerful nations is not showing any signs of slowing down. We will now take you to a pre-recorded extract from our earlier interview with former Naval General Shane Bingham.
Well, look, I suppose we have to look at this in context and not race for the panic button, per se. It would appear to me that the United States is trying to send a message. A forceful message by show of force, you see. Primarily, I suspect, probably because the government simply isn't wanting to sit down and talk. And I think that could be rather dangerous. We've seen time and time again that Donald Trump is a rather unpredictable fellow, but he also tells it to you rather how it is, really. So look, we need to remember that we are friends from across the pond, and they are our friends, and well, it's worth having a conversation with our friends. I think it's important not to underestimate here that we're not talking about a playground here. This is the first time we've had a major disagreement with our allies, and we need to find a sensible way through this.
And a reminder again, that was former Royal Navy General Shane Bingham. We can now bring to you confirmation that the United Kingdom has now stopped all flights in a dramatic turn of events. Airports across the country descended into scenes of chaos and confusion. We can now listen to a tape recording from one sector of airspace, receiving the news that air traffic control services were being suspended.
London, good morning. Climbing through 11,000 for flight level 140, Speedbird 9127.
Speedbird 9127, radar contact, climb to flight level 260, proceed direct to Lambourne, altimeter 1021.
Climb flight level 260, proceed direct to Lambourne 1021, Speedbird 9127.
Wizz Air 953, contact London Control on 120.53. Good night.
120.53, Wizz Air 953, goodie.
All stations, please stand by. All stations, information Victor is now current. A new NOTAM has been issued, which reads as follows. Issuance at a decree of His Majesty's Government. Operation of all VFR and IFR flight, general aviation and commercial flight suspended, except flight operated by military or government. End of NOTAM. We're all being told back here that UK airspace is closing down. We've been ordered to land all flights. It sounds like a nationwide stop. I'm not sure why. All aircraft on station, please advise on your intentions.
We know continue UK, Air France 260.
Air France 267, UK airspace is now closed. We're anticipating diversions to nearby airports. This is still information for me. Please stand by.
The situation continues to escalate, as we have now just received word that Prime Minister Keir Starmer has been moved to an undisclosed location and is about to convene an emergency Cobra meeting to discuss the ongoing UK-US crisis. Meanwhile, London's Westminster is grinding to a halt as waves of Metropolitan Police have started to cordon off the surrounding area to Parliament and 10 Downing Street. It is understood that Parliament has been placed under special measures and is about to be closed down. We will follow more on this story as it unfolds. It's just in. The Royal Air Force has been seen scrambling both Typhoon and F-35 fighter jets up and down the country. This follows an early closure of the UK's airspace to all aviation. Flights are in disarray as many find themselves stranded or diverted to other destinations across the country. More news has arrived from the southern coast at the Royal Navy base near Portsmouth. Eyewitnesses have started circulating online videos of a large Royal Navy deployment, including, in an unprecedented move, both the Royal Navy's aircraft carriers, the HMS Queen Elizabeth and the HMS Prince of Wales. In the latest update, the UK government has released a new statement reassuring its citizens to remain calm and carry on with their business as usual. The government has acknowledged the current reposition and activity of military assets is merely just a message back to Donald Trump. The government has advised the population to adhere to all instructions given by the police and military personnel. This comes as people from across the country have started to report hearing fighter aircraft flying around in the skies. New reports coming in shows that in a shocking turn of events, British Army units have taken control and shot down the US air bases in the United Kingdom. US Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has given the US media the following statement. Following our recent redeployment of crucial air assets to other air bases in Europe, we gave standing orders this morning to our personnel on British soil to surrender and comply peacefully to any British intervention. The US Secretary of Defense continues to say, as a result from the brief they had just received, the United States of America is now sending a message of hostility, not towards the British people, but towards the illegitimate British regime. We now have new reports that the British military has started to deploy around existing bases and have started to secure the main routes to enter the big cities throughout the country. Breaking news live. Developments are evolving fast, with numerous, as of yet unverified claims and videos flooding social media, which claim to have seen several missiles being launched from Royal Navy warships in the English Channel. This is a fast developing story, and P2K News will continue to provide our best and reliable coverage of the ongoing crisis. It is during this moment the European nations are scrambling to hold an emergency NATO summit. In an unprecedented turn of events, we can confirm that the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, has called upon the NATO Council to invoke Article 5 of the Defence Treaty against the United States. European leaders have expressed the risks of miscalculation is high and urge the two nations to showcase restraint. In other developments, the US President has taken to Twitter once again and provided a new update. Through today, the world will see a better tomorrow. Donald Trump continues to say that he has instructed the United States Navy to compile the largest ever naval carrier surface group the world has ever seen. It is truly beautiful, Trump claims, confirming in the tweet that a military operation is now well underway to protect democracy. In a threatening remark, he urged the British Armed Forces to stand aside and stand down. In the latest, we have some breaking news live. Right now, Royal Navy warships have been seen burning in the English Channel, as reports from many people across the southern coast of multiple explosions and fighter jet aircraft in the English Channel area. Furthermore, all trade ship routes have now issued advisories to avoid the area. At the same time, it appears as though ports around the country are starting to shut down. Everyone here at P2K News endeavour to provide you with all the latest on this developing situation. Currently, there continues to be a lot of uncertainty and fast-moving developments. We are trying to verify what is going on in the English Channel right now. We also want to be careful with the language we are giving out to you live. But it is clear that an ongoing skirmish or some kind of exchange is currently underway involving Royal Navy warships in the English Channel. Our correspondents are now also reporting to us that areas of the country are seemingly running into issues connecting to the internet. We will continue to stay with this story as we investigate to determine whether these reported internet outages could be related to the ongoing crisis. And breaking news live. Quick. Our studio control center. They are taking control. What? I think I'm about to lose the teleprompter. Hang on, wait, I'm getting information. Right. News, just in. Our control room has just now reported that Ofcom and uniformed military soldiers have entered the P2K News building. I've also just been told in my ear that I have just been ordered to advise you that our programming will continue shortly. Are we now at a state of war between the United States of America and the United Kingdom? This has been your host, Pounce, from P2K News.